Hey everybody, thank you guys for joining me for another video today. This is Living History Militaria, and as you probably guessed, this is going to be another collections video. Figured now would be a good time, kind of a pause in some of the items that I've been getting to kind of go over the stuff that I've recently acquired within the last couple weeks. So, got a lot of stuff to go over, so let's get to it. Guess we'll start off with some small stuff. Right here I got a really nice mint and unissued 63rd Cavalry Division shoulder sleeve insignia patch with the inventory tag still stapled to it. Insignia, shoulder sleeve, Division Cavalry, 63rd. You'll see there's no writing on the front of the tag, just the what you want to call it, the blank inventory tag. But that was really cool. I think I got it for like $10 or something like that. So I don't have anything with an original inventory or department sticker still on it, so I thought that was pretty cool. Right here, got a really nice field message book for the U.S. Army. Here's your instructions for use right here on the front. You can see the Signal Corps insignia right here. Alright, and if we open it up, the spine is a little bit, excuse me, I'm getting a little sick. It's a little coming apart, but overall it's still in decent shape. Spine's just a little bit loose, but you can see right here, operator number sheet. And if we flip through it, here's a sample right here. Here's an actual entry. Looks like Battalion Outpost number 1 on Hill. This says 13th March 19, 6:08 a.m. and have established OP at, here's the coordinates, enemy machine gun and 3 combat groups at, and then there's some locations again, so that's pretty cool. So an entry there and an entry here. 1 machine gun in window of house at, and then there's your coordinates. And there's, and 3 of our 112 machine guns have fired on it for 5 minutes. Machine gun at, coordinates, and then private's name. 6 combat groups and 1 machine gun at, coordinates, in small bushes on side of hill, 1 machine gun and 1 combat group at, coordinates, in bush beside the road. So, some pretty cool entries in here. There's not a lot, but it's still something that's pretty cool to have. I've never seen anything like this before. Got this for really cheap, actually. It might have been even a trade item with a buddy of mine on Instagram, another collector. But what's really cool about this is if we flip it over to the back cover, it says property of, I think that's E.D. Burdeth, Company K, 115th Infantry, purchased from the U.S. Commissary at Bourbon Lisbanes. I can't remember the name. If you look it up, though, if you type in Bourbon, it's in France. So this is pretty cool. And then in here there is some folded up, like some, looks like some note paper right in here, and then you got insignia of rank in the French and the British Army, which is really cool. So like a little handy reference paper. And then this, I think, is a piece of carbon copy paper with, it looks like, some sort of graph on it. And then there's, let's see, paces per 100 meters or steps per 100 meters. So nice little graph right in there. Looks like it was hand drawn. So that's really cool. I love stuff like this. But this would have been your carbon copy. Flip it out, and then you can write on your paper, and then, you know, you would make a whole bunch of copies and stuff. So fold this up the way it was. This is a really cool piece of World War I history. This one is actually right up here in the top corner. Signal Corps Form number 217, 1917. So pretty cool. And speaking of World War I guess we will continue on with this nice little Rikers case. This I got for 25 bucks. This is really cool. This is 1913 dated 30-06 US machine gun ammo right here. Oh shoot, I still have the pins in, but we'll keep the pins in on the box, but I don't know if you'll be able to see the dates on there, but they're 1913 dated, which is pretty cool. And I got this World War I US Victory Medal and matching pin, which is kind of in crappy condition, but it's pretty cool that it goes with that. There's also a couple of dimes and pennies up here. Got 1 dime and 1 penny from 1917 on the bottom, and then 1 dime and 1 penny from 1918 up on the top. So I do collect currency too, so I mean I do have quite a coin collection that I've amassed over the past 10 or so, 15 or so years. So I thought it was pretty cool that those were included in here. But I love this little case. It's a perfect little, just nice little display size, and I think that actually might be my first World War I Victory Medal. Honestly, so to get this nice little box with the box included, because they never include the box, I thought that was awesome. So 25 bucks I think was well spent. I'll push these off to the side here, and right here, pick this up I think for 30 bucks. This is a World War II next of kin dog tag. This is for H.R. Haler, 322-84692, and there's his tuberculosis vaccination, 42, T42, to a Mrs. A. Haler of 709 Maddie Ave in East Syracuse, which is a relatively local guy. So another piece of Syracuse history. Got this from a local collector friend. He knows I like all the local Syracuse stuff, so he thought of me and gave me a chance to buy it, so of course I snagged it. So love to have local history. Guess I'll continue right here. This I got from a collector buddy on Instagram I do quite a bit of deals with, and I ended up trading a medic flag that I had for a while. You might have seen it in my other videos. It was usually hanging up on my wall, but I traded him that for this awesome piece right here. This right here, some of you might be able to tell by not only looking at it, but by the quite obvious inventory tag that I put on it. This is a M4 bayonet for the M1 carbine, however you want to pronounce it. Let me go ahead and take this out. This one is made by Camillus. This one makes it a little bit more special to me because I grew up, well, in Camillus and lived in Camillus, and actually lived right across the street from the old cutlery before it had burned down. So it's one fact that I always like to throw in there because, I don't know, it's a crazy piece of hometown history. Blade is still actually pretty sharp and is in great shape. The handle here, it's got a couple of wiggly middle pieces, but they're not too terribly loose. They just have a little wiggle to them. There is your flaming ordnance bomb there on the underside. And right here, say M4 Camillus. Cool stuff. I will always welcome a Camillus blade in my collection. And what makes this special is not the fact that it's a USM-8 BMCO. The tip of the scabbard is missing, either rotted or chewed away or something, but what makes this special is on the back side here, you can see it is engraved C Company 142nd Signal Battalion. So really cool to have this piece labeled. I did a little bit of research on the 142nd Signal Battalion, wasn't able to find too much information. I can't remember if they were made up of National Guard units or whatnot, but here, I'm going to slide this back in. So, but this is a really cool piece. Always love, like I said, I will always welcome a Camillus blade into my collection. So this is going to be an awesome example of that. And for free, right here, these were thrown in. Get this piece of hair off of it, because these are hair magnets, apparently, lint magnets. These are an actual piece of German history, I believe is what they were. These are earmuffs, basically. They fold up on this nice little piece of coil right here, and let me see, maybe, there we go, if I set you down, I can kind of open them up a little bit, show you how they would have been displayed on your head. So, open them up, flip them around, and here we go. So, there's your ear warmers, about 3/4 of an inch thick. Probably got asbestos on the inside of it. I'm not really sure what the filling is, but this really thin wool and cheesecloth, like, it's pretty crazy. And then if I let it go, it just kind of coils back up to its original form, which is pretty cool. So nice little foldable piece of field equipment. I'm not sure if these are World War II or anything, but if anybody happens to know anything on earmuffs or ear warmers, please let me know down in the comments. That would be greatly appreciated. So got that in for free. That was thrown in with the bayonet here, so I thought that was pretty cool of him. Okay, and speaking of freebies, got quite a bit of autographs to go over, so I guess we will start down here with this little guy. This is a commemorative envelope remembering the loss of the HMS Prince of Wales on December 10th, 1941, which was actually, what is that, today? No, it was yesterday. So yesterday would have been, what, 82 years? 82-year anniversary, but gives a little description on what happened to the HMS Prince of Wales. Some of you may know already. It was sunk by a Japanese submarine. And then right here, it's got two signatures from Tom Fitzsimmons, who is a telegraphist, and F.L. Hardy, who was portside pom-pom supply. You can see right there, but I really like his signature. Still very, very, what do you want to call it? Almost has that calligraphy, even though he's using a ballpoint pen, still kind of filled in the thick lines, so that's really cool. Very nice signature. Sunk by Japanese planes off the east coast of Malaya. Thought there was a submarine in there somewhere too. I can't remember. All these kind of jumbled together after a minute. But this is a really cool one. It's going to look great with all the other ones, because I also have the Prince of Wales and the Repulse up here, you can see. And I do have the Repulse, so I'll display those next to each other. And with that, with each of the autographs that I buy, the seller always throws in a freebie. And I think that this one might have come with it. I'm not sure exactly, but this was a freebie and just a World War II German postcard of some sorts. I got a whole bunch of these, so that's pretty cool. And right up here, got 2 signatures of Navy pilots. Right here, Alex, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Vracu. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But he was credited with 19 kills. And Leon Frankel here, I think he was credited with 5.5. I can't remember exactly the kill number, but 2 aces, both from the Navy, both the same size card, and I like the artwork on each of them, so I like this one too because it's got Alex sitting there with all of his kills painted on his. And then right here, this one for Leon has got the unit insignia right there behind him, so that's really cool. And then with those, let's see, 2 of the freebies that were thrown in. One of them was this, which is like a parcel receipt for the post office in Germany in World War II, with a couple of Hitler stamps there in the corner. I have a whole frame full of these that have been freebies and stuff. One second, I'll show you. So right back here, I got this really large frame. I have a whole sheet, a full sheet of Hitler stamps, as well as a little strip of them. And here's some of the full parcel receipts. And there's a little partial, and then I have all of these up on the side. And for the other freebie, because those were 2 purchases, I got one of these. Again, another edition, if you guys have been keeping up with the freebies, another Walters named Air Training Corps Gazette, which was a British magazine. This one's October 1944 edition. This is volume 4, number 10. And just a quick flip through. It's got a lot of cool pictures about what's been going on as far as the Air Corps in the war and everything. A lot of diagrams, pictures, stories. A lot of cool stuff. I really enjoy these. The old ads and everything. Cool stuff. And I think this will make like number 6 or something, but they've all been named so far to a Walters, which I think is pretty special. So another freebie right underneath that one went with these 2. I'll get to those 2 in a moment because I want to talk about those 2 together. This one right here is another Air Corps Gazette, April of 1944. Cover has come off of this one, but that's okay. The front and back cover have come off this one, I should say, but right here, this is really cool. Good example of precision bombing, fortresses attacking an aerodrome near Amiens. And then, boom, written on the back, Walters. A couple of P-40 Warhawks, too, on the back cover. It's pretty cool. So, those 2 as freebies. I always appreciate freebies, especially when they've been, in the same collection, too. So, it's like I'm getting a little second collection for free here on the side. But I got those along with these pictures right here, which are really, really special. These are both members of Blackburn's Irregulars, the Flying Jolly Rogers, who are the most efficient Navy squadron in World War II in the Pacific. Had an 8-to-1 kill ratio by the end of the war, I believe, something close to that. But right here is the Lieutenant Commander, Thomas Blackburn, and his, what do you call it there? Corsair, Flying Corsair, the Big Hog. That's really cool. Him standing there. There's his signature. VF-17, Fighting 17th is what they were called. Blackburn's Irregulars and the Flying Jolly Rogers. And right down here is Lieutenant Jim Strige, I believe is how his last name was pronounced. And he was credited with 5.5 kills. You can see right there, painted on his fuselage, but also standing in front of his Corsair, Jim Strige. So, two really cool pieces. I love displaying these together. I was really happy to get the two of them and got a good deal. I think I paid $30 for each of them, so maybe $60 total for the two of them. But for a piece of Air Corps history like that, I can't pass that up. And my last freebie is actually right here. This right here is a commemorative envelope for the Battle of the River Plate, 70th anniversary. Graf Spee, scuttled 17th of December 1939. And this is signed by Petty Officer John Stephen Garrard. And it tells a little bit about him right here. Really cool. He was a boy sailor at the time of the Battle of the River Plate. And then on the back it tells a little bit about the Battle of the River Plate, but I figured I'd have this on the front side showing about who the actual person who signed it was. So, but this was a really nice freebie. Wasn't expecting this, but it's a really cool piece. I love like Survivor autographs. Survivors and Air Corps or any type of flying World War II or World War I stuff I find very interesting. So I always appreciate those being thrown in for free. And my last two pieces are right up here. And I'm going to kind of clear a spot because this one right here is a bit of a weird piece. This right here is a World War II German civilian gas mask. As you can see here, there we go. This one I believe is dated 1938, as is printed right here on the respirator, what do you want to call it, the filter. But this is extremely small. This is either like a young adult or could even be a child size, because I have this right now. I tried putting it on my male mannequin heads, which I have all throughout my collection up here, and it did not fit on there. Not even close. So I had to go out and I had to buy a female head, and even the female head it looks like it's just a little bit too big almost. But it's very front heavy, so I'm going to try and put a helmet on it to keep it kind of level, but yeah, it's a very, very small size. But you can see right here we have the German Eagle with the serial number right there for the gas mask, which is in great shape too. The lenses are all still there. The leather here is still pliable. The only thing, there's a rip right here on the chin. But besides that one rip, this thing is in great shape. But another German Eagle right here. And then what I believe is the date stamp, like we said right there, 1938. Take a look at the very simple, what do you want to call it there? The head assembly. The retaining straps, the adjusters, whatever you want to call them. But very simple for the harness. But that'll be cool. I love the looks of these old gas masks, even if it isn't technically military, still, you know, World War II era. So I believe that it deserves a spot in my collection. And that one is going to go up there with those other two right there. And I believe the black one over there, it seems like a large adult. The smaller green one seems like a small adult, and then, like I said, you've got this one right here, which is just visibly smaller than the other two. So that's pretty interesting. And then last but certainly not least, right here, this is going to be, geez, might be number 10 for my Stahlhelm helmets. I'm going to flip this up right here. This one right here is actually a first for me. It's my first M42 helmet. So you can see right here, we've got a big gash there on the side. I don't think that these were from impact. I think that these are just from either sitting in the ground or rust or something. It doesn't look like an impact hole though. Hold up one sec. I'm going to bring the light over a little bit closer. There, that's a lot better. I traded this for a World War I painted my 27th Infantry Division helmet that I had. Not the one with the liner in it, obviously, but the one with just the shell. I traded for this. So, still has a lot of the original black paint on it. This could be, judging by the paint and the, what do you want to call it? The production number here on the inside of the helmet. This could be a field police helmet. I'm not too entirely sure. But let's flip it inside out. Nothing on the inside really, except for right here on the back skirt. Right here you got the size. It is SKL 66 is the size. SKL is the manufacturer. 4241 is the production batch number or the heat stamp. So very cool. I don't have an M42. This will be a nice addition to all those battle relic condition helmets. So I'm real excited about this one. Just to give it another once over. But I love being able to trade items and give items to a better home, and then being able to, you know, take in items that'll be in a better home perhaps. But this is all I have for you guys today. I want to thank you guys if you stayed and watched the whole video. I know this one was kind of a lengthy one, but had a lot of stuff to go over. So I'm always getting more stuff in. Trading a lot of items out. I'm trying to make room, trying to save a little bit of money, trying to make a little bit of money too. So I've been kind of piecing out my collection a little bit here and there. I'm not selling anything major, but just stuff to make a little bit of room for more special items like this. So I want to thank you guys again. Thank you guys for subscribing and liking and commenting and stuff. I love interacting with you guys. So if you want to see anything in particular or anything specific, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll try to do my best about making videos on them. So that is all we have for you guys today, and we'll see you in the next one.